Hi everyone, in this video, which is part of the Nodejs how-to series, we're going to be working with streams. We're going to be creating a readable stream and a writable stream. Streams allow you to perform I/O operations in a sequential and continuous manner. For example, when you want to read from a file, you don't have to read the entire file before you can operate on it. You can actually read the file in chunks, and you can also write to a file in chunks. Basically, streams help you to work with big data. And like I said, in this video, we're going to be creating a readable stream and a writable stream. We're going to start with the write stream, so I'm going to create a Node.js file and call it write streams.js. And here we have that, write stream.js. So I'm also going to be creating a file called read streams.js. Now we have our two files, and we can open this project in Visual Studio Code. Now that our project is open up in Visual Studio Code, let's begin. Like I said, we'll start with the write stream. And to begin, we're going to need the FS module. FS module is one of the modules that implements the stream functionality in Node.js. So call FS, and we're going to create a write file stream. Write file stream, and for this, use the FS module, and we call the create write stream method. Create write stream method. This is the method for creating a writable stream to a file. Now the first argument we're going to supply is the file. We don't have the file yet, but this file will be automatically created for us when this function runs. So I'm just going to call it somefile.txt. We're going to be writing a bunch of text into this file. Now you can also provide an options object where you can specify things like file permissions, the file encoding, the position to start writing the file and to stop. But for now, we're going to be leaving out the options object and just go with the file. So we have somefile.txt. Now what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to set an interval. Let's say this would run every second. And inside this set interval function, I'm just going to use the writable file stream to write to the file. Say write, as in the write function, and each time this set interval runs, is going to write welcome to dev talk with FK. So each time this runs, it's going to write this to the file, and after that, I'm just going to have a console.log statement so that we can see something happening on the screen and say data successfully written. Okay, successfully written. So I'll save this file. Now we can go to our console, and here in our console, I'm going to, let's clear this first. Let's clear our console. I'm going to run this write streams file. So let's run this, and as you can see, each second data is written into our file. And when you're tired of saying this, you can just use Ctrl+C to shut it down. So the file is continuously written, and I think we have good enough content. Say Ctrl+C, and the operation stops. Now if we go into the file, just going to clear this. I'm going to print out the contents of the file, which is some file which should exist now. Yeah, somefile.txt, it now exists. It was automatically created. And if I print out the content, you can see this is written to the file every single time. It's written every single time. So I'm just going to tweak the code a little bit because I want this to stay line by line. So let's go back to the code in VS Code and put a line break. So a line break. So what I'm going to do now is to delete the file. File no longer exists. Clear the console and run the Node.js file again. So yeah, data has been written just as was before. I'm just going to wait a few seconds for some substantial amount of lines to be written. So yeah, we can shut this down now. If I clear this, some file is back. And now if I print out the contents, yeah, now it's more readable. So as you can see, it has written several lines of welcome to Dev Talk with FK into the file. That's for the writable stream. We've been able to use the stream to write to our file. Let's now read from the file. Let's go back to VS Code and create a readable stream to read from our file. So to do that, we're just going to open this readstreams.js file. And for this file, we're also going to require the FS module, just as we did before, and bring it in with require. Then we're going to create a read stream, const file read stream. And that also has a function on the FS module to create the read stream. The create read stream function, and it takes in the file we want to read, some file.txt. It also takes in a couple of options, just as the create write stream. That's stuff like permissions, encoding, and stuff like that. So let's we're not going to be doing that for now. You can read that up in documentation and add as many functions as are appropriate to your code. So we have the read file stream, and on this, when you create a read stream, it's automatically in the paused state. So you have to read from the stream, you have to do this. You have to say read. You have to call the read function because it's in the paused state. But we're going to put it in the flowing state so that it can emit the data in chunks and we can do whatever we want with the data. Now to do that, we're going to listen on the data event. So I'm just going to change this read to on and listen on the data event and get the chunk of data. I really need to get rid of all this IntelliSense stuff that's just hogging up the screen. So we get a chunk, get a data chunk, and we can do console.log and just log the chunk. Just log the chunk to the console. So I'm going to save that. Now let's go to our command line and run this. So here in our command line, we're just going to say node read streams. And let's get that. Now, as you can see, we have been able to read it, but it just prints the buffer. It just prints the buffer, which is the raw form of the data in the file. But we want to have the text. We want to have the text. Now, there are two ways to do this. First, you can do something like this. You can say file readstream.set encoding. Yeah, set encoding, and you can set it to UTF-8. Set it to UTF-8. UTF, silly me, UTF-8. So if we set it to UTF-8, let's check what happens. This should give us our text now. Yep. Dev Talk with FK. Welcome to Dev Talk with FK. We are now reading the file in chunks, line by line. We can also do this if we are not using this format. We can also go to the chunk and say toString. Turn the buffer to a string. We save that. Go back to the console, clear, and run the code once again. See, we still have our text. Welcome to Dev Talk with FK. So in this video, we've been able to successfully create a write stream and write to our file using the stream, and also create a read stream to read from our file in chunks. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and you can subscribe to the channel for more videos on doing stuff with Node.js in our Node.js Problems and Solutions series. Thanks for watching.